The poverty mentality. What is the poverty mentality? Think about this. So many Christians live in a poverty mentality, and it's not about money. It's not about money. It's about our mentality, and it's what we believe about ourselves and the way that we treat it in everything. But here's a little example of what a poverty mentality looks like is, all right, you're broke and you have no money. So you got to go to work, you got to work hard, you got to be responsible, you got to do your job so you can get paid, right? Because you got no money. And then you get paid and you go, hot dog, I got, whatever it is, $500, $1,000, whatever it is in your pocket. And you know what? You've heard people say, man, I got to go spend it. I got to go spend this money. I got to go do something with this. And they go out and they buy the cool toys or they do the stuff and they spend all the money. And then what happens? They're broke again. And now they're broke and they have to go back to work and they have to go work hard again and they have to be responsible again, and so that they can repeat the cycle. And what is happening is that they are saying, this is too much power for me. This is too much accountability. This is too much responsibility. I got to get rid of that so I can go back to the place that I know to live. And that's with nothing, that I have no power here. And that's the only place I can live. And so they're saying, I cannot be trusted with this amount of money. So I got to go spend it all so I can be back at where I can trust myself, which is nothing. And so in the poverty mentality, it's the same way as powerlessness, right? You're a powerful person, but you're powerless. So you're saying, man, I ain't got any resources. I ain't got any ability. And we make ourselves poor in responsibility. The little story that I shared is a perfect example of that. Is that I'm going, hey, I'm not responsible for anything, so I don't have any power of what happens here. So anything that happens, I can't be accountable for it because I had no power to control it. But then reality is, I am there, and I am a powerful person, and what happens in the area, in the atmosphere, I am still accountable for it. Did I allow that to happen? Did I not say anything? Did I not follow what Jesus is doing? I'm accountable for that. And so we make ourselves poor and powerless and irresponsible to the things that happen around us because we don't want that, right? Because think about it. Okay, if I say, all right, you're going, I ain't got any responsibility. People, we all hear the conversations of people who go, well, I can't control how people react. They're just going to do whatever they want, and I'm just going to do me, and the rest of the world can just do whatever, right? But if I say, look, actually, life and death is in the power of the tongue. So what you release with your tongue, you're going to be accountable for. When you stand before Jesus, you're going to be accountable for the death that you released or the life that you released. You have to give a response for what has come out of your mouth. And what I've just done is I've just put something on your plate. I've just made you responsible. I've just put money in your bank account. And I'm just saying, look, now you have to watch over that. Because you have to have a response for that. And now I say your actions and your thoughts and the things that you're doing, and I'm loading your plate and you're going, I'm not powerful enough to control any of this. I can't do this. And we freak out and we go, no, I can't do any of it. Right? I'm totally powerless. Because here's another example that is kind of funny to me, is that how people make themselves, let's say poor or whatever it is that I'm sure you've all heard it, but when people hear a pastor or whatever, they kind of have to come up with excuses. And you'll hear people tell stories. They'll go, man, dude, I slept wrong one night, and I got up and man, my shoulder's hurting. I just was in a bad mood. And then, then the wife snapped at me and we were in a bad mood and the kids were screaming. And then I got in the car and people are driving stupid. And then that guy waited at the gas pump way too long. And then, then they messed up my order and all these things. And then I get to work and this person gets on the phone and they're just rude. And man, I just blew my top. And I just blew my top and I yelled at them and stuff and hung up the phone. And, I feel bad about it now, and I repented about it, whatnot. And you know what I just heard them say? I was powerless and poor. Because what they're doing is, the first example they gave me is, oh man, I woke up bad. So I have no control. I'm a victim. I have no control over that. I'm a victim of that. And look, I'm more poor. They just took some money out of my bank account. I ain't got no control. And then the wife acting bad, and the kids being crazy, and the people on the street. And what they're doing is they're taking their power away from themselves until they get to the point in the story when they blew up at somebody. And what they're trying to tell me is, I'm not responsible for it because everything that happened before it. Everything that happened before it, I'm just a victim and I just blew it and I'm not responsible for what I did to this person because all the stuff that happened before. And I'm sorry, but the truth is you still decided to turn your love off towards that person. You still decided to release the anger inside of you. People say, oh man, that person just made me angry. No, that person did not make you angry. You decided to release the anger inside of you onto them. Right? So you're still accountable. No matter what happened in that day, you were not poor, you were not broke, you were not powerless. You decided when you would turn your love off. You could have turned your love off as soon as you got out of the bed. You could have turned your love off on the kids. You could have, whatever it is that makes you snap, supposedly, because I'm not a powerful person. I can't control my emotions. They did it to me. No, you are a powerful person, and you're going to have to stand and be responsible and accountable for you turning your love off towards that person, right? But you hear people say that all the time. Why are they telling you the stories about their bad days? They're trying to justify and make themselves not accountable for their life. And so in reality, we are accountable for that. And we want to, I want to be accountable for my life because I'm realizing, man, so many people got hurt and so many people and nobody was responsible for it. And I don't even know what's going on. And I'm going, no, I am responsible for this. I am accountable for this. And I got to clean up my mess. I got to go out there and start fishing. And I need Jesus to start pulling up some coins because I need to heal these relationships. But the step one of me becoming an honoring Christian, right? We as Christians, honor is not something that's deserved. Honor is something that we give. Whatever you worship, you're going to honor. And because we worship God, we're going to honor people because they're created in His image, right? But honor, inside of honor is responsibility, accountability, trust, love, and powerfulness. And so that is in us becoming in the journey of an honoring, powerful, loving Christian. The first step is going, I'm taking accountability for my life. Now, look, yeah, there are going to be mean people, and we can't control that. That's fine, but you have all the ability because of Jesus. You've been given everything that you need. You are rich and wealthy because Jesus says that we are a kingdom of priests. What is He saying? You are royalty now. You are royalty. And because you're royalty, you're accountable as a royal person. You're not a peasant. You're not poor. You are actually royalty, and you're going to stand before God as a son of God and as royalty of how have you released the atmosphere and the revelation of Jesus in your workplace, in your families, in your marriages, in your churches. That's what you're accountable for because everywhere you walk, that is the realm that you are bringing kingdom life into. So that's what you're accountable for. You are royalty. Stop thinking about yourself as powerless. Stop thinking about yourself that you can't. Think about and realize that you can because of Jesus.